Hi, my name is Alexandra Fabrizio, and today I will be taking you through my redesign of BlackBoard Mobile. So some things that need to be considered through this app are the needs of the user as well as the needs of the site. The needs of the user, they have to be navigating through this app with ease, as well as they need to have access to important information up front rather than buried behind different tabs. Some needs of the site that it needs to be accessible on all platforms. So BlackBoard needs to use tablets as well as desktops as well as mobile devices. But with that comes uniformity, and there needs to be uniformity throughout BlackBoard. Another need of the site is to have global accessibility, and this can be achieved by allowing for different font sizes, different languages, and different color themes through settings. And I believe that if we provide these different settings, this can allow for global accessibility with those populations that do have difficulty reading or if language isn't their first language. Other ways that we can better this BlackBoard experience is by utilizing an individualized calendar. In this calendar, there will be different assignments that the professor has provided, different events that come up throughout the school, and we can look at this calendar. That way we know and we're on top of things. What I also believe there needs to be is more icons throughout the pages, because I think this allows for ease on the eyes. It is easier to navigate, it's user-friendly, and it's not so text-heavy. I also think that the most important information should be on a home page, which currently there is no home page, but rather a button you click and then you get a drop down. So I believe that there needs to be a home page, that way one can access the most important information right up front. So this is my content map. I have the home. Once we log in, we get to our home page, and this is our default page. So this is the page that holds all this information, and that is the first thing that you see every time you log in or open up this app initially. So the home page is the backbone of this app. As you see that these red ones, these are the tabs that the home leads to. So these are the other main pages that need to be considered and that are used most frequently, and to have easier access to things like email and grades and our courses. These are my low fidelity mockups. I got a login page, home, a planner, a lecture, my class page, grades, individualized assignments, and collective assignments. These are my high fidelity mockups. And this is the end result of going through the research and going through different designs. So we have our login page right here where we can put in our email, our school email, our password. We can log in, we can have it remember us so it's easier to get in and out. This is our backbone right here, our home page. Our planner individualized assignments, our lecture, where everything that the professor has done in class can be uploaded to. This is our course page, our collective assignments, so everything throughout the semester, and our grades in that class. And as you can see, there is uniformity throughout all these pages. If you can tell, when I click World Art 2, these are all my World Art 2 pages, and they're all green or teal. And I think this adds uniformity, and it's easier to navigate. And it makes it easier to comprehend which class you're in. So if I chose to do design inquiry, all of these would be yellow, or interactive systems, all of these would be red. So let me take you through a user scenario. And this will be our pathway to our lectures page. Say I am a student who missed a class in art history and I need to look at the lecture material that I missed. I would first go to the login page, put in my information, and then I would immediately be directed to my home page. From there, I can click the class that I missed, so my art history class, I would click that, and this will direct me to the course page. On the course page, I see the tab Lecture. I click that and I am immediately directed to my lecture page. On this page, I can scroll up and down on the day I missed and click on the icon. Let's move it in. I can click on this icon, or I can click on the texts, and these will direct me to either the lecture material or the lecture handouts. And what can be uploaded in this lecture material from the professor are things like PowerPoints, voice or video recordings, or links to different websites or videos from the professor. And I believe this is great because if I do miss a day, I can go here and look at all this information that I missed. Instead of being behind, I'll be all caught up, and it's easy to get to, and it's it'll help me in my future. So let's go through another scenario. Let's say I'm a student who needs to look at the assignments due in the next few weeks for my art history class. There's a couple of ways of doing this. First, we can go to the homepage, and then we click any class that we want. So we click our World Art 2 class. This gets us to our course class, our course page for our World Art 2. And we can click assignments here, and this directs you to the collective assignments page. On this page, we see if an assignment has been submitted or not by the check marks or the X's. And if it hasn't been submitted, we can click the assignment, and then this will redirect us to another page where the student can upload said assignment. And then there will be a check mark. The second way of going about this is to start on the home page and click the calendar icon on top. And this takes us to the planner. So this is all about getting to our assignments page. And this is just another way of doing that. So we click on the planner. This gets us to our planner page, and we see a day that has a dot in it. Once we click that dot, say March 13th, we have drop downs. And in these drop downs are the events or the assignments that are due. So if we click on this assignment, this will take us to the individual assignments page. And in this page, we see the class that it's in. And we can also click this page. We can click this little bubble here, and this will direct us to our course page. Or we have a due date, and we have the actual assignment that we're looking at. So once we click this page, or this little tab right here, this gets us to our collective assignments page. So to reiterate, the first way of doing it is to go on the home page, click the class you want, and then click Assignments tab, and it gets you here. The second way of going about it is to click the planner page, look at your assignment that's upcoming either a week from now or 2 weeks from now or a month from now, click on that assignment, and then go to the individual assignment and either edit it, leave it alone, click it, and then that'll take you to a collective assignments where you can view all assignments from the past and future. So in these scenarios, we didn't go over checking your grades, and that is one of the biggest elements of students, one of the biggest things that students need to look at. That is their primary purpose, one of their primary purposes of going into this app. So you can check your grades from one of three ways. 1 and 2 being an overall grade found on the home page next to the courses tab, or on the course page at the very top. You can also find a more in-depth view of your grade by going to the course page, clicking on grades, and then this will lead you to the grades page. And we see our percentage, our pointage, different homework assignments or any other assignments that the professor gives, and the individual grades that we got on each assignment. So this is great because when we go to the home page, we initially see, oh, I have a 98%, I'm okay, or if you don't have a good grade and you're wondering why, now you can see that right off the bat, and then you can go and check that. So I think this way is easier and more forefront about what's important to a student. So because the homepage is the backbone of my reinvention of Blackboard, this is the page that I spent a lot of time on. I felt that I needed to include multiple things, but in a very clean manner. So the use of icons up here makes it easy to understand. We have different bubbles, which tells us that there's a notification or we got a new email. So this is just the process that I kind of went through on this one. This was the one I created before this one, and the thing I changed was the font. I changed it from Baskerville and Universe to Roboto for the body text, and Proxima Nova for the titles and the headings. And I think this just made it more clean and easier to see. There's different weights within this page. That way we can really tell the difference between what one thing is compared to the next. So at the beginning I talked about different color themes, and this is just something I played around with. I liked the dark vibe, would be easier at nighttime when looking at the phone. Just another color to look at, to envision. This one is what I believe would be the best one for contrast between foreground and background, and there's some nice saturated colors in here that make it easier on the eyes. So I think having multiple views of what the page could look like would help a viewer, and they can decide which one that they like and which one is easier for them, along with having extra themes to choose from. As I said before, I think it would be great to have an option, or in settings to have an option for using a different language, or using a different font size. So if they want to increase the font because they're having difficulty reading, I think that would be a great aspect to add in this program to make it more globally accessible, which is one of the needs of the site and of the user. Thank you.